Hi everyone, this is Renee Garcia. I'd like to go over this week's assignment. It's an icebreaker and it's called A Quarantine Memory. I'd like you to reflect on your lives and particularly your time during quarantine. I'd like you to identify a memory. This could be an event, it could be a memory of a feeling or news story that you saw. It could be a struggle that related to your family, your work, or even college. It could be something positive, or it could be something that was a struggle. There's no wrong answer. I'd like you to provide in your comments a bit of your background. Introduce yourself, explain a little bit about who you are. Are you a first time college student? Were you at home with your family, or were you isolated? Just a bit about some of the information about you would be helpful. I'd like you then to describe the memory in detail if you can, and share how it has influenced you today. The purpose of this assignment is to demonstrate how, though we may look somewhat different from each other, our experiences are very, very similar. And for the first time in probably the history of humankind, billions of us were doing the same things. We were staying at home. We were with our family. We were wearing masks. We were isolating from our friends and even from loved ones. And these experiences can be shared, and we can talk about them, and we can talk about how they have influenced today. So this is something that I'm hoping every one of you is going to get involved in. I've posted my own comment, so you can read that. The assignment also requires that you respond to 2 others in the class. So I'd like you to just take a minute to look at the highlights. I want you to focus on one memory. I know you have a lot, probably during the quarantine, but focus on one memory. You can be as detailed as you like. Consider the feeling the memory gives you upon recall. There is plenty of research on memory that tells us that when we are in an event, we are not just remembering what we're seeing, we're remembering and we are embedding the feeling that goes with it. Some, like myself, can even remember odors. So certain memories are triggered in me by certain odors. Some of us can recall certain events with anxiety, and some of us can experience warmth and happiness just by remembering events. So I'd like you to use some of these when you're considering and discussing your own event, your own particular memory. So in the steps I provide, I'd like you to take some time to prepare your response. Don't just jump right in, but take some time to prepare. And it might be a good idea to create a short little outline, just a page to kind of give you an idea of what the main points are that you want to cover. And you can also add imagery. So using VoiceThread allows you to embed some images to talk about your memory, just as I'm doing here with my highlighter and showing you this particular screen. And I can also move the screen. So you can add other images as well. I've provided a little link here to a VoiceThread YouTube tutorial to give you some ideas of how to use VoiceThread if you aren't familiar with that. To be successful with this assignment, well, I'm giving you from 3 to 5 minutes. And it's actually kind of a long time. So I'm hoping that each one of you will be able to get right into that and really provide some thoughtful and substantive responses to your colleagues. These are going to be pretty important memories, I think, and I'm really excited to hear your responses. So thank you so much for participating.